Well, hello. Today is October 10th or today's October 11th. And I hope that you're having a nice day. It's still a beautiful, beautiful day here in the Southwest. It's been unseasonably warm, which is nice because then my garden continues to produce. So there's a good, there's an upside to it. Um, just tracking my own progress as I move through, my grief journey. I don't think that it ever comes to a close, but I think we move to a point where we get to integration. So I've had a very unusual week. This week, I feel very blessed because I really felt the presence of my son really strongly. It was probably about 2 days ago, and I just really felt him. And I was sitting there watching television, and I just felt him all around me. And I talked to him. Weird as it sounds, I just talked to him as if it was when he was still alive. And I just felt such a deep comfort in that. And I felt that he stayed with me the next day, and then I had a really, really strange experience. How do I explain this? So, probably 2 days before that, some varmint, some critter tried to break into my chicken pen. And as you can hear them back there, tried to break into my chicken pen. And I was kind of upset by that, so I repaired the breach, and then I really reinforced it, and I'm continuing to, make it really, really strong. And for a couple of days, everything, seemed okay. And then the night before last, I was getting ready for bed, and my dog, she's a ranch dog. She stays outside, and she guards the house and livestock, and so a lot of times she goes crazy over things. If an elk comes on the property, if anything comes on the property, another dog or a coyote, anything like that, she'll be barking and barking and barking. So she was barking and barking and barking, and I'm getting ready for bed. And I started thinking, oh my goodness, maybe I better go out and check. Maybe something is trying to break into the chicken pen. So I grabbed a flashlight and headed out into the dark. I opened up my front door and I turned on my porch light, and then I was standing on my porch. And while I was standing on my porch, I heard this really weird, humming sound, and I thought, oh, please tell me that I'm going to have a problem with my electricity now as well. Because I was having a problem with the meter, and I live really, really out in the wilderness, and our electric out here is kind of sketchy sometimes. So I'm standing on the porch, and I hear this, electrical humming. And I thought, well, one problem at a time. Let me go check the chickens. So I come down off the porch. As I'm walking towards the pen, this humming is getting louder. And I get to the pen, and I don't see anything. My vision in the dark is not very good to start with, but I'm looking around. They're in their chicken house. They're in their coop, and I don't see anything. So I say, okay, well, whatever. So I start walking back to the house, and as I'm walking back to the house, the humming gets really loud again. And all of a sudden, I heard this voice, that just said, it sounded like my son's voice, that just said, stop, urgently, stop. And I did. I just stopped, dead in my tracks, and I was right near this humming sound that was so loud now. And I'm just standing there for a second, and I'm looking around, and I look down to my right. There's a very large rattlesnake standing right there. I mean, right there. I would have stepped on this thing directly. I would have stepped on it. This thing is about a foot away from me. It's all coiled up, rattling, 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 and I wasn't scared. I was just so surprised. I thought, that's what a rattlesnake sounds like? That's what went through my mind. I felt really disconcerted by that. How did I not know what that sound was? But it doesn't sound like what you think. And my neighbor explained why. The bigger the rattlesnake, the more buttons they have on their rattle, as they call it. And it doesn't sound rattly. It sounds like a hum, like a buzzing. Zzz. It sounds like a buzz, almost like bees or electricity or something. So I'm standing there frozen now, looking at the snake. The snake is all coiled up, looking at me, rattling away. So my dog's going crazy. I just kind of backed away from it, and went up on my porch and I called her, to get away from the snake. And I went in the house. Now, people had said to me, "Oh, why didn't you go out and kill it?" I don't like to kill animals, even a snake. The snakes are very good for the ecosystem up here. We have overrun with mice and rats in the Southwest and everything, and they eat that. They eat the vermin, so they're very good. And unless the snake came back and started posing a problem, I wouldn't kill a snake. So I brought everything into the house, and including the cats were angry they couldn't go out. But the next morning I went out, and the snake was nowhere to be found. Hey, right, buddy? You were not allowed out. You were on house arrest. Come on. Yes. But I really feel like my son was the one who warned me. He was the one who said to me, "Stop, or you're going to direct hit step on this snake." And, I went to bed that night, and I was very grateful. And the next morning, everything was okay. Everybody was okay. Doggy was okay. Kitties were allowed out again after I did a snake patrol around the immediate area. I'm doing a couple of things to mitigate, to make sure that, to kind of discourage the snakes from coming to the house. It's brumation for them, which means it's kind of like hibernation time for them. So they are on the move, and they're looking to eat before they go into their dens. Oh, punk in your hair. But, so that was my experience for the week. And I know that my son was looking out for me. Yes, right? You want to be, you don't want anybody to see your handsome face, huh? So I hope that the rest of you all have a very blessed week. And if you have any experiences where you feel that your loved one has been with you or in a way made contact to you, I'd love to hear about it. I really would. Just send me a message or leave it in the comments. But until next time, have a wonderful and safe week, and God bless.